Welcome guys back to another video of Arsenal Transfer News Daily. Today we have got some huge news involving Ivan Rakitic, and the news is that Mikel Arteta has reportedly phoned the Barcelona star in bid to land cut price summer transfer, and apparently Ivan Rakitic has answered to that call from Mikel Arteta for him to sign for Arsenal this summer. Arsenal manager has identified central midfield as a priority area for recruitment in the transfer window, and he is particularly keen on one Camp Nou star. Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta has reportedly made personal contact with Ivan Rakitic as he aims to convince the Barcelona star to move to the Emirates. Rakitic, who is now 32 years old, is linked with the move away from Camp Nou this summer after a glittering 6-year spell in Catalonia. The midfielder has played a vital role as Barcelona won the treble in his first season with the club, and he has won a further 3 La Liga and Copa del Rey titles. But Rakitic has fallen down the pecking order in the last season as he only made just 20 starts across all competitions. As he enters the final year of his deal, Barcelona are willing to let Rakitic leave for just £9 million, and Arteta has been in touch to persuade the Croatian to move to North London. That's according to Le Temps Sport, who report the Gunners boss outlined how he would utilise Rakitic during the phone call. Arteta believed to be strengthening midfield options as Dani Ceballos' loan expired after the FA Cup final and the Spaniard returned to Real Madrid. Once considered one of Europe's top midfielders, Rakitic has scored 35 goals and provided 41 assists in 309 Barcelona appearances. Now apparently, a few hours after that report came out, Rakitic had answered to that and said that he is not interested in joining Arsenal this summer. However, because Barcelona are trying to raise funds and obviously trying to reduce their wage bill, because they are a club in quite a crisis and been hit heavily with the pandemic, and they'll probably look to convince Rakitic to leave this summer if Arteta really wants to sign him. As I said earlier, he's had a glittering spell at the Camp Nou, and he would be a very experienced option to bring into the Arsenal side. Now Arsenal are trying to race Champions League football and trying to go for that top 4 next season, and I think someone like Ivan Rakitic could really help us with that. He's a very experienced player who has done it right at the top. He's won Champions League, he's won La Liga, he knows how to win trophies, he knows how to win games, he has that winning mentality, and I think Mikel Arteta is trying to bring that to the Emirates Stadium in Ivan Rakitic, and I think it's something we could get done. With £9 million plus his wages, it could look like to be quite a good deal for around £15 million altogether. I think Ivan Rakitic is someone that may not move to the Emirates. Arsenal only have Europa League football, or Barcelona obviously have Champions League football, so I don't think it's something Rakitic wants to do in the final years of his contract. But if Arsenal do show ambition and Mikel Arteta has made personal contact, then it's something that could be a real possibility. And to be honest, I wouldn't mind seeing him at the Emirates. I think he's someone that is levels above what we have at the moment in the area, and we really need to strengthen that anyway, so he could be a good alternative to the likes of Thomas Partey, and if we don't get Dani Ceballos on another year loan deal. We were just talking about Dani Ceballos, and we'll be talking about him again as he issues an ultimatum to Real Madrid after Arsenal's FA Cup final win. Dani Ceballos has reportedly told Real Madrid that he will not stay and accept a bit part role in Zinedine Zidane's side following Arsenal's victory over Chelsea in the FA Cup final. The midfielder has become a key part of Mikel Arteta's midfield during the Premier League run-in and has capped an excellent spell by helping the Gunners win the FA Cup for the 14th time in the club's history. Arteta is keen to keep Ceballos at the club, and Arsenal must now negotiate a new loan deal or a permanent deal with Real Madrid. Speaking after a FA Cup final win, Ceballos revealed that he'll hold talks with Real Madrid's president Florentino Perez to discuss his future after the Spanish club's Champions League campaign finishes at the end of this month, and Ceballos admits he is willing to leave Madrid once again if he is not guaranteed regular playing time under Zidane. He said he spoke to Florentino Perez and Jose Angel Sanchez, who is Real Madrid's CEO, and said they will speak again after the Madrid's game with Manchester City to clarify my future, he told El Legado in Spain. He says he wants to play 35 games this season at least. I'm one of those players who say that when you are happy you develop your game. Right now I am happy, but it is to rest at home with my family, with my girlfriend who I've not seen in a long time. I've been alone in London for 5 or 6 months, so it's now time to be with them and reflect on my future. Compared to any club in the world, Real Madrid is the best. We must now see if they come back against Manchester City, and we will address my future after that. Right now I'm enjoying it. I don't think whether I can play for Real Madrid, Arsenal or another club. Now it's time to disconnect. You have to be calm and think well with the family. Ceballos also revealed that Real Betis, who he joined in 2011 before being bought by Real Madrid in 2017, have also kept in contact with him this season, as they're also keen to signing on loan this summer. He says obviously he has great affection with Betis for all those that work for the club, and he really loves the club this season, and he's shown a great support. So Dani Ceballos says that his future, whether it's at Real Madrid, Arsenal or Real Betis, could come down this with talks with Florentino Perez. There were reports earlier that Arsenal were in negotiations with Real Madrid to seal a loan deal, and apparently that has been agreed, and it's now down to Dani Ceballos whether he wants to come back to the Emirates and stay in London for another season before probably sealing a permanent move. Now Dani Ceballos, he says he's been living alone without any family, so that could be, maybe he could be feeling a bit homesick, and he does say he wants to spend time with family before making a decision. So I can see this one going on for a bit longer, but Mikel Arteta would be wanting to sign him down quickly. Obviously the turnaround for the next season is quite quick, and the Premier League season starting at September 12th, and before that we have the Community Shield against Liverpool. So he would want someone like Dani Ceballos, who is a key part of his plans, to sign early, and it will be very interesting to see what happens with this one. I think if Real Madrid get knocked out by Manchester City in the Champions League, now this can get resolved very, very quickly. So for me, you already know my thoughts. I want to see Dani Ceballos in an Arsenal shirt next season, but we'll have to see what goes down in those talks and if Arsenal can seal a loan deal for Dani Ceballos. Next bit of news is in the form of Diego Carlos, who actually plays for Sevilla, and Arsenal have been interested, as reports suggest that Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta eyes a move for Liverpool transfer target Diego Carlos. Mikel Arteta and Arsenal's technical director Edu are targeting the signing of Sevilla star Diego Carlos, according to reports. He is a centre-back who has enjoyed a superb season with Sevilla. He has a £68 million release clause in his contract, and his contract does run until 2024, so they do have he does have quite a bit left on that contract. Liverpool are also tracking the defender, who Jurgen Klopp believes would be the perfect partner for Virgil van Dijk. The Telegraph claim Arteta has identified Carlos as a key part of his plans to overhaul Arsenal's defence this summer. Sevilla are willing to accept offers below Carlos's £68 million buyout clause and could be tempted to accept a £55 million bid. Carlos helped Sevilla finish 4th in La Liga, securing Champions League football for the Spanish side next season. A host of sides are interested in Carlos, including clubs in the Premier League and La Liga. Arteta may be keen on Carlos, but the Arsenal boss has told he must work with a restricted budget this summer due to financial issues at the club. Even though we won the FA Cup and gone to Europa League, there will be a few restraints on transfers, because obviously we don't have the amount of money Chelsea or Manchester United have. Carlos is likely to be too expensive, but Edu and Arteta have drawn a detailed list of targets, which has been reported. Arteta is hopeful he can make a use out to midfielder Matteo Guendouzi as a make-weight, and he is aiming to offload Mesut Ozil's wages. Also, the German is Arsenal's top earner, but has been frozen up by Arteta since the restart of football. Arsenal's defence has also been repeatedly breached this season, but the Gunners capped off their campaign with an amazing FA Cup final win over Chelsea. Now, Diego Carlos, I don't know too much about him. I'm going to be honest, I haven't seen much of him play, and I really haven't heard of this guy. So it'll be interesting to see if we can sign this player. And £55 million, you know, that if Arsenal even considering that kind of money for such a player, why can't we just play his release, Thomas Partey's release clause, instead of trying to go after someone who's £55 million? I just don't see why we need to do that. But regardless, he's played 35 games in La Liga, a 57% duels won with an 84% pass accuracy, 35 tackles, 259 duels, and 174 clearances with 37 interceptions. He hasn't got any assists, but nearly 2,000 passes and 84% pass accuracy with 55 passes per 90 and 66 touches per match. So he has been quite decent. He's played 4 out of 8 Europa League games. Obviously, we won't go into the detailed stats for that because that competition has been over yet, but he's got 81% pass accuracy in that as well. So he is a half decent player. I don't see him being worth 55 million pounds. So I don't think we should be going after someone like Diego Carlos, and I don't see why can't we just pay the release clause for Thomas Partey and go after someone like Malang Sarr, who is free. I think Malang Sarr would be much better value for what Diego Carlos is for £55 million. So that's my thoughts on Diego Carlos, and he has been rumoured with a move to Arsenal today. Next player we'll be looking at is a more well-known player in the Premier League, and that is Abdoulaye Doucoure. Arsenal are set to battle with Everton Everton signed relegated Watford star Abdoulaye Doucoure this summer. Watford are gearing up for the battle to keep some of their biggest players after losing their fight and to beat the drop into the Championship. Arsenal and Everton are rumoured to be among the sides monitoring a Hornets star, including midfielder Abdoulaye Doucoure. Everton are reportedly preparing to swoop for the 27-year-old, having had their 2 offers declined, including a £40 million offer. Now, because Watford have been relegated, that £40 million price tag obviously will be reduced. I think we could probably get him for around £20 to £25 million, and he is a player that's been very, very good and will be looking to move out of the Championship relegated, obviously the relegated side Watford, because I think he is too good for the Premier League. But Arsenal will have to offload the likes of Lucas Torreira and Matteo Guendouzi off their books, with the latter appeared to fallen down Mikel Arteta's pecking order. Doucoure, who's made no secret of his wish to leave Watford, has made 39 appearances across all competitions this summer. He's scored 4 goals and he joined Watford in January 2016, and he is a player who signed a 5-year extension in 2018, and he does dream of a move to Paris Saint-Germain. But obviously he's a player that is highly thought of in Europe and is someone that Arsenal will be looking at, many other clubs will be looking at. I don't mind this player. He looks like a very good player, and I don't see why we're not linked to more of these kind of players. You know, Watford are still a good club, and I do think they have some quality players along with the likes of Ismaila Sarr. In the Premier League, as I said, he's played 37 out of 38 matches, so that just proves how important he is to Watford, with a 78% pass accuracy with 2 assists and 4 goals, with a 64 tackles, 47% of them won, 378 duels with 46% of them won, 50% of aerial duels won. He is quite good in the air pretty much, with 31 clearances, 8 block shots and 31 interceptions, 2 assists, 1500 passes and 48 passes per 90, 62 touches a match and 29 total crosses with 17% cross accuracy. Obviously he's got 4 goals and 792 minutes per goal with a 29% shot accuracy, and he's got 4 right-footed goals, so he is a much right-footed player, and they've all been inside the box, and with 40 successful dribbles and 9 yellow cards, with 51 fouls conceded and 15 won. So he can be, his disciplinary issue could be a problem for us, but he is a player that he is very, very good player. He's got a lot of quality within him, and he can be a very good player in an Arsenal shirt. And I think it depends. The price is not very clear at the moment, but if it is quite cheap, then Arsenal, why not go after this player if we can't get Thomas Partey? But I would like Arsenal to focus on Thomas Partey instead of trying to look at these replacement alternatives even. So that is the news on Abdoulaye Doucoure, and he could be targeted by Arsenal and he could be signed by Arsenal this summer. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.